What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and man, check this out right here. Another day, another Disney lawsuit. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. This is like watching a slow motion car crash, right? A car crash in slow motion, and it's just been going on forever. Okay, it seems like, man, is this thing gonna end anytime soon? And it's still going, right? It's still going. How many different lawsuits have we been hearing about with Disney over the last few months? Just all right. First of all, you had the one with the acolyte, right? The chick. Hold on a second. So you had this one, right? Lucasfilm being sued by a former producer on the Star Wars series, The Acolyte, for a breach of contract, all right? So you got that one. And then you guys will remember they had to settle out of court with Victoria Alonso with Marvel, right, for the sudden firing. So they had to settle out of court for that one. And then, of course, we got the DeSantis board suing Disney, okay, in the latest tug of war in Florida, all right? And remember, before that, we had Disney suing DeSantis in federal court, okay? Disney suing DeSantis and his board, right? The Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. So you got two lawsuits, all right? One in federal court, one in state court. They're just going back and forth over here. And then we come back to Disney, ex-CEO Bob Chapek and the CFO getting hit with a shareholder suit over streaming loss. And this has everything to do with Disney Plus, obviously. Okay. So yeah, this is just crazy, man. This company is completely self-destructing right now. Even a Disney analyst has downgraded their stock due to the risky streaming sub forecast. So it's all about the forecast of streaming and how they see this thing coming out, right? Peter Supino moves from outperform to a peer perform rating, citing cognitive dissonance. He's saying these cats have no idea what they're doing, man. They're suffering from cognitive dissonance. They don't know which way is up at this point, all right? They talking out of both sides of their mouth. That's basically what this analyst literally just said about Disney, okay? And the thing about it is Bob Chapek, he's just a fall guy, all right? He's just a fall guy. They just dragging this dude back in, okay? Because you notice all of this crap came under his watch, but you know Bob Iger was the guy pulling the strings behind the scenes, okay? And they laid this fool out there to basically be the fall guy for all of this crap, all right? And he's just, I gotta take it, okay? I was the guy in charge at that time. So he's now getting sued. The CFO, the chick Christine McCarthy, the one that kind of, railroaded Bob Chapek, she's being sued. The whole company is being sued. It's just a mess right now. And you know what? It couldn't have happened to a better company, okay? Because guess what? The way that they've been conducting business lately, forget about the fans and attacking the fans when they make some woke crap, when they screw up Star Wars and Marvel. Forget about that for just a minute. What about this stuff? The She-Hulk director wanted to make a sex-positive show that kids could also watch. Yeah, people have problems with that, okay? People had a big problem with that, me especially. And then, of course, we remember this executive producer admitting to the gay agenda, adding queerness wherever she could, okay? So pumping all kinds of sexual content into your children's programming. That's what Disney has been all about, okay? That's what they've been doing. So yeah, good. Watching this company and all the people responsible for this crap who have just absolutely been slamming customers for years, okay? Slamming us, the fans, because, we dared have an opinion about their woke content and the crap that they're doing. Watching them burn themselves down to the ground, it's very satisfying. I'm just going to let you know that right now. It's just kind of satisfying. It's sad, okay? Because we all remember what Disney used to be, all right? And how this thing just got taken over by a bunch of idiots, all right? And now here we are. And you know what? Hey, whatever. Once you start down that dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, all right? So yeah, you get what you get. It's consumed you, and good, all right? I'm glad to see it. I'm glad I'm here to see it. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with this one. To paraphrase Neil Young, Bob Chapek is gone from Disney, but not forgotten. This dude is the fall guy, man. They're dragging him back in to take the heat. A shareholder is suing the former CEO, along with former executive Kareem Daniel, current CFO Christine McCarthy, and the company itself, alleging violations of securities laws for misleading statements about Disney Plus and the health of the streaming business. Filed on May 12, the suit by Local 272 Labor Management Pension Fund filed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. Wow, California is bringing it, okay? This is the Central District. This is probably like somewhere off in there in like the Fresno area, like Bakersfield, like that middle area of California. That's all red. That is 100% red over there. They don't give a damn about these dudes. seeks a lead plaintiff for a class action representing purchasers of Disney shares between December 10, 2020 and November 8, 2022, when the company dramatically missed earnings guidance and the stock took a major hit after an already bumpy year. It says here, as you can see, they're seeking a jury trial. This is a portion of the complaint. I'm not going to read all the way through this, obviously. But essentially what this is saying is they just been manipulating and lying about the money and what's going to what and where it's going, okay? That's basically it. Disney's been lying about how much it's going to cost to run Disney Plus, where the money is coming from, where the content is coming from, okay? And they're manipulating the numbers, okay? They're playing fast and loose with these numbers and they're thinking that they can get away with it, all right? That's basically what they've been doing. And again, it's just kind of the way Disney has been doing business lately, okay? Nobody can understand what's happening with this company, okay? Except the fact that they got all of these woke activists still working for the company, thinking that they can get away with this type of crap because they're Disney. All right. But there are going to be shareholders and stockholders who will drag your asses to court. OK, and hold your feet to the fire. All right. And basically, that's what it sounds like what's happening here. You guys can read that at your leisure. Specifically, the 39-page filing cites a November 8 earnings miss by Disney in its quarterly financial results, including a monumental operating loss of $1.47 billion for streaming. And we actually covered that, or at least discussed it, and I'll link that video above if you guys didn't see that. But yeah, Disney also reported a decline in its average revenue per Disney Plus subscriber. Boom! The shares dropped, hence this action. And of course, Disney says, we are aware of the complaint and intend to defend vigorously against it in court, a Walt Disney spokesperson told Deadline today. Currently, the action from Local 272 seeks a judicial determination to become a class action, plus a slew of unspecified damages. While similar in so many ways to so many of these shareholder suits, this case is somewhat notable for calling out high-profile executives and the streaming red ink that's been the talk of the entertainment industry for the past year, and it continues to grab headlines. Yeah, the problem with streaming, okay? The problem with all of this red ink that they're talking about in streaming, all right? Why is streaming just losing money, right? Why are they in the red? Okay, why are they losing all of this money? It's because there is a certain threshold. I think everybody should have recognized that you will get, okay, for subscribers of streaming services, okay? There's only so many people that are going to subscribe to this. You're not just going to have endless growth, all right? Eventually, you're going to get to some sort of a saturation point where everybody has 3 or 4 streaming services, and then here comes the 5th and the 6th and the 7th one, and people are going to start making decisions, okay? People are going to start making decisions. Yeah, it's been the talk of the entertainment industry, all right? Because right now, linear TV is dead as far as they know, okay? Streaming is everything, but the problem is that nobody can have every streaming service. So how much do you invest into your streaming service, right? It made sense when it was just Netflix and maybe a couple of others, all right? But right now you got a Paramount Plus, you got a Peacock, right? You got Disney, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, you got Netflix, okay? If you're like me, you got Crunchyroll, all right? You got a streaming service for every freaking thing out there. All right. And it's like getting too much. Nobody can have all of these streaming services running concurrently at the same time, right? You got Apple TV. That's another one. I forgot about that one. So you got so many different streaming services running right now, all at the same time. One of these suckers has got to lose. Okay. And again, you have a saturation point where people are just like, you know what? You can't just keep growing and growing and growing. Even if you got Netflix, Netflix is starting to see the ceiling. Okay. It's like, we can't go above this. It's like there's really, no matter how much content we put on this thing, no matter how many great shows that we, purchase and buy and spend billions and billions to make, we're not going to get into the 300, 400, 500 million subscribers. We're just not going to make that. All right. So eventually you're going to come to this head. And now Disney, they just been promising the world. They've been saying, oh yeah, we just got unlimited growth, unlimited potential. All right. Disney Plus, up and away. And what happened? Oh, no. It's not as good as they thought it was going to be. All right. And they spent a ton of bread on it. And how much did they say they lost again? 1.47 billion. And they're continuing to lose money. Okay. We just saw that on the last earnings call. They're continuing to drop money on Disney Plus and not make it back. All right. Under siege for months, Chapek's abrupt departure was announced November 20 on a Sunday. That was crazy, right? With former longtime CEO Bob Iger returning immediately for an encore. Kareem Daniel, who Chapek had put atop a new division called Media and Entertainment Distribution, was out the next day. CFO McCarthy, who said to have agitated Chapek's removal, spans both regimes and is seen in some circles as possible CEO material. Yeah, again, I know Bob Chapek's just like, this is not my fault. Okay, I was listening to Bob Iger. I wonder if this dude is going to throw Bob Iger under the bus. I am interested to see actually what Chapek does in this whole mess. In my opinion, he's been the fall guy this entire time. They've just been throwing this guy's name to the wolves, okay? And maybe he's a big boy and he took it and he says, all right, I'll just take it on the chin and I'll just rock with it, okay? But now he's embroiled in a lawsuit, okay? I think Chapek is probably going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, Judge, come on, everybody gather around. I got some stories to tell, okay? Man, if I was Bob, man, I'd be dropping dimes on everything that was happening, okay? I'd be like Wesley Snipes in New Jack City.
Order. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me. Order in the court.
This shit bigger than Bob Chapek, okay? Look, I got a list. I got a list right here. I'm taking everything. Having put a lot of their chips on going digital online, the rest of the industry has struggled with the costly pivot to streaming as linear television viewing continues to decline. Hollywood's real rulers on Wall Street first rewarded subscriber growth, but has since shifted its focus to streaming profitability as the companies which are cutting back on content spending. Yeah, they have to shift it, okay? You got to see if this stuff is profitable, all right? All the subscriber growth is nice, but again, it has a saturation point. At some point, that's it. You're not going to get a lot higher than that. So you got to start looking at, is this profitable? Are you guys making money? Okay. I mean, yeah, the growth is nice and everything, but are you making money? And, you know, the streaming companies, they've been doing a really good job kind of masking and disguising their numbers. They're not really forthright on, oh, yeah, we have this many subscribers, that many subscribers. This show is doing well. This show isn't doing well. We don't know. We don't know what the ratings look like. We don't have any clue on how this stuff is going down behind the scenes. So, yeah, I think that maybe, hopefully, this lawsuit will maybe open some of that up, okay? If they get a lawsuit and they say, hey, you know what? That's cool. We'll settle out of court. But this is part of the settlement. You guys got to start dropping your numbers, okay? And letting the customers know what's really going on with everything, with all of your shows, with all of your various, you know, rating systems and everything, how you guys are doing business. You got to start letting the people know. And then you can see right here, Disney reported last week that streaming losses declined in the March quarter. Yeah, the losses declined, but they were still losses. It was just not as big as it was the previous quarter, right? So, you know, ultimately, I think that Disney and streaming, they got a lot of soul searching to do, you know, because these lawsuits won't be new, okay? Netflix might be next, all right, on all of these, you know, streaming services that are not necessarily reporting the numbers the way that, you know, their shareholders want. They might end up in the lawsuit just as much as Disney is, all right? But I just think it's hilarious that they brought, you know, Chapek back into the mix, okay? You know, that's kind of a dick move, to be honest with you, from the shareholders, because this dude was just a fall guy. They probably knew it, all right? But, yeah, he didn't run the company well while he was there, you know, sitting there getting his strings pulled, you know. That guy should have stood on his own square, stood on his own 2 feet, and just did what he wanted to do. Anyway, folks, what do y'all think about this situation with Bob Chapek, Disney, the whole gang, back in court, another lawsuit? Man, it seems like nothing gets better for Disney, but you guys go ahead, jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.